And you said, "Oh, do you think that's it?" And I was like, "Why? Do you want more?" The Bride, there were choices made.
I think there were a lot of choices made. Somebody just opened the pantry, opened the fridge. It was like, what do I got? What's left over? Let's just throw it all together and see how it turns out.
And it somehow turned out bland.
Somebody white girl seasoned it.
You're right. Like, it was all over the place. Like, there was dancing, singing, horror, like Bonnie and Clyde, like all like just it's
Detective, sci-fi,
it was just
romance.
and it didn't know what it wanted to be. I don't think.
It's too trippy for me. I feel like you have to be on something to watch it, and then at times I felt like I'm an imbecile or something because I just didn't get things or conversations. I was like, huh? What am I? Are people talking gibberish? Like, what? I don't.
There's parts. The Jessie Buckley's character, the bride, something happens to her, and she has like these Tourette's type outbursts in it. I don't think it added anything to the movie the way they did it, and it just made it a little bit more confusing and like to your point, like hard to understand sometimes because she would just kind of like go off and just start saying these like just a bunch of
random words,
and
it was hectic, like, but at the same time boring.
Yeah.
And I mean, we should have known. There was only 4 of us in the theater.
That was surprising when we got in there, and it was like, oh, it's just us and 2 other people.
Yeah. I mean, we're a broken record here because we're going to both say it. Great acting, filmed well.
I'll give it to Maggie Gyllenhaal. I mean, she swung for the fences. I mean, she obviously had a vision, and she made that vision. It's just not one I wanted to see, but it was put together well. Christian Bale was amazing. I mean, Jessie Buckley did a great job.
She did a great job.
Especially with, the way that we're talking about like her character was. Like, she nailed it.
Yeah. And I just wanted to take my glasses off. It's just not...
Yeah. There was a time in the movie where I did look at my watch, and I was like, oh, how much time we got left?
It was both of us. I liked Frankenstein. Like, he's a very lovable character. And you feel for him. I don't feel for the bride.
No.
And I feel like you should.
And I don't know if it's just that he's such, I would say, a beloved character, right? That it's going to be hard to not be outshined by him. But then you take someone like Christian Bale and give that to him, and he's just going to kill it. And he did. And that was part of the problem, is like really the only time I ever really got excited or engaged were these moments where I was like, ooh, oh man, are we going to get like Frankenstein?
Yeah.
And then it wouldn't like a little bit, but
I mean, there's he gets a tattoo, which I don't think that's a spoiler. I don't think that's going to ruin the movie for anybody.
Yes.
Frankenstein getting a tattoo
across the top of his chest. Yeah, like,
that I'm not here for. It's like it's set in this old time, like I don't know,
20s
it's
or
like
30s, I think.
Yeah, well, it's gangster age with
yeah.
It's like, oh, but I want to give it this modern edge and things, and I mean I get it. Sometimes that works, just not this time.
They have this moment where they kind of become infamous, right? And she is like empowering women, and they have these scenes afterwards where women are kind of like putting on makeup like her, and then kind of going out and doing things, I'll say, but then they just kind of drop it, like that just kind of goes away, and then until like the very, very end for like a split second. So it just feels like there's things that happen that are in there that don't really add anything to anything.
Yeah, I don't.
Mary Shelley is in it, in some fashion. I don't want to spoil it.
It wasn't
like,
needed.
Coming out of it, I was like, you could have, I think, taken that out completely, and I don't think it would have changed anything.
No. it almost feels a little pretentious. I don't know if that's the right word.
I can see that, yeah.
Too artsy fartsy for me.
Frankenstein doesn't need to be artsy fartsy.
No. I mean, honestly, I don't even know, it's 10 minutes in. I was like, oh man, I think we're going to want to leave this one, but we got to stay.
Yeah.
And then you confirmed that you felt the same way.
Yeah, at the very end, it's not a post-credit scene, but it's like right after the credits start, they have a quick little scene. And after that, I started to get up, and you said, "Oh, do you think that's it?" And I was like, "Why? Do you want more?"
Yeah, we were like, "Let's go."
I was like, "I don't need to see what happens after." So as far as, let's talk about ratings then. Where does this one land for you?
Yeah, I'm sorry, but it's a don't bother. Like, I want my 2 hours back. It's like a little over 2 hours, and I'm watching Bridgerton right now, the last season, and I would have much rather have just kept watching that at home.
It's a don't bother for me too. It was long, it not very engaging. I found myself just bored most of the time. Like I said, the highlight of it was Christian Bale as Frankenstein, and even that had some like issues with it and stuff too. So
Yeah.
it just, okay, you want to talk about spoilers?
Yeah.
If you want to go in fresh and not know anything about The Bride, go ahead and pause here, watch one of our other videos, and come back whenever you've seen it. So
Let's get into the Mary Shelley.
that's what I was gonna say. I still don't quite get it. Like, but it starts off with Mary Shelley saying she's like stuck in this like purgatory.
Yeah.
And she has this story that she needs to tell, and she's gonna use Jessie Buckley's character Ida to tell that story.
Yeah, she's gonna possess her.
So she like possesses her, and so that's the Tourette's part of it, where she'll be talking as Ida, and then she'll just kind of turn and start talking
in a British voice.
In a British voice as Mary Shelley, and a lot of the times it's just she's just spouting off words.
Yeah, it doesn't make sense when she's.
Yeah, it's weird
Because that happens to her before she dies.
Yeah, that's kind of what, I don't want to say causes it, but it is, because she kind of creates this commotion in a restaurant, and a mob boss sees it, and so he gets kind of scared, and they kind of, take care of her.
But then when she's brought back to life, Mary Shelley's still in her.
Yeah.
So, I mean, acting-wise, she did a good job going from, Ida to, which then they call her Penelope, to Mary Shelley with this British. But again, like you said, it's just like, Frankenstein said like mate or something, and then she's like stalemate,
Checkmate, roommate, like just like doing stuff like that.
And why?
It feels like they did it just to give Jessie Buckley something to do, like interesting. You know what I mean? Like maybe hard to act, because it didn't really do anything to like, I feel like you could have completely taken that out and it wouldn't have made a difference.
That's what I think.
Other than like this connection to the Bride, to Frankenstein, which you could have had that anyway. Like you didn't need to have that.
Yeah. Except for it seems like she's the angry one. Mary Shelley is. So
yeah,
that's what made her want to like go against the man.
But there's so many simpler ways to do that,
Right.
and less weird and frustrating ways to do that.
It was. And then like the, uprising where all the women are, dressing like her. And so I'm like, that's like the Joker.
Oh yeah, I didn't even think about that. Yeah, that's exactly what that's like.
Where everybody's now dressing like the Joker and wants to be him. And it's the exact same storyline.
Yeah.
But then it's all these women walking around in the street like with an axe and a gun and a shotgun. And I'm like, so you're just out there causing commotion, like in the middle of traffic, like just
killing people, I guess.
Just like,
yeah.
And then Frankenstein kills a person by smashing his head.
Curb stomp.
And I thought it was over because I didn't look when I saw that he fell on the curb, because I have, PTSD from American History X, that scene. Like, I don't want to see that again. And then I was like, oh, okay, it's back to Frankenstein. And you could see him like still stomping. And I was like, oh, but they're not going to show it again. So I'm safe. And it flashed on. And I was like, I was just out there. I was like, oh, no. And I covered my eyes again.
That was the part that I was like, where he starts getting mad, and you can tell he's kind of going into the monster version of himself. And then I was like, oh man, are we going to start getting like the big,
Yeah.
monstrous? And no.
But he only did it to protect her. So it's
Yeah.
like he's not a monster. He doesn't just kill randomly.
Well, no, I know, but like, and I think that's why it was exciting, was like he was protecting her, and he was like, that was kind of like the exciting part of it, and then that was about it.
And then he gets a tattoo, and then
he gets
then
Penelope
it's like
across the top of his
and then
chest.
there's like scenes of them, making love.
Yeah, as lovers do.
In between this other stuff, like you said, then they like become Bonnie and Clyde, and he's obsessed with Jake Gyllenhaal's character, who's a Fred Astaire type movie star.
And then that's the scene. That was one of the ones that you leaned over and go, "What is going on right now?"
Yeah,
they're at this big gala or like event,
like
and
a ballroom type
he
thing.
He meets him, and he kind of blows him off, or is kind of like rude, and then that makes Frankenstein go into dance.
Yeah.
And then everybody else starts dancing with him.
But they twitch. It's like as they go to dance, then they're like twitching, like their body's being taken over. And then they get on the dance floor, and of course everybody knows the moves. And
yeah, the only thing that was cool about that was they were putting on the Ritz, and that's what's in Young Frankenstein. And so he was like dancing to that.
Plus, but even the dance moves, and then they sit there and go and stick out their tongue.
Yeah.
That, and I do not like when anybody does that.
I don't either.
And that's the other thing. Everybody changing their minds. Like, so she's in love with Frankenstein, but then she hates Frankenstein, and she doesn't want to be his bride, and she's going to leave him. And then he gets shot in the head, so he's died again. And now she rushes him to the doctor to save him, because she's like, I love him. He's the love of my life, forever and ever and ever.
Till the end of time.
Okay, wishy-washy much?
Yeah, she was like 5 minutes before she was going to have him get out of the car.
That, and then like the detective, that, they're after, these are killers. I mean, she has killed, and him too. They've killed police officers, and now the detective has caught them. But it's like, because she hears their story, and that they both were raised from the dead, and she has a change of heart, and so she doesn't want anything. She wants them to be reanimated, and
yeah, they don't explain that.
They don't explain why so what? Just because they're in love, you're fine that they're killers? Yeah,
she just did a complete 180, and like they didn't lead up to that at all. She was right before that. She was headlong into catching them, and overall, it's a really artsy Bride of Frankenstein.
But she's just the bride.
The bride. Yes, she's just the bride.
How dare you make her use his last name?
If you're into that kind of thing that interests you, maybe you'll like it. But if you're thinking it's going to be like something along the lines of the Universal, Bride of Frankenstein, it is not.
Okay, there's one good thing about the movie. At the end, you think they've died, but they do the electricity. And I liked the scene outside where you see the lab going off, and then it's just their hands, and then they hold hands. And I was like, I like that.
Yeah, I did like that. The very, very end.
Yeah.
Because before that, I was like, okay, so they're both dead, and it's like a Romeo and Juliet thing.
Yeah. So what did you think of The Bride? Did you think it was an artsy hodgepodge mess like we did? Or did you enjoy it? And if so, please let us know in the comments.
Thanks for joining us today. And remember, around here, the fear is family.
Thanks for watching this episode. If you enjoyed it, hit like and subscribe. And tune in next time to The Fear Review, where the fear is family.